It appears that there are some people in the world who rob banks for just a single dollar.
Mother shit.
In this video, we are going to talk about 3 similar robbery stories that will make you surprised.
The first story is about Tim Allsip. Nobody seeks up the bank for a single dollar unless he has a particularly compelling reason. Tim Allsip had one. Only way he could afford healthcare was to get in jail. One Friday, 50 years old Allsip walked into a Portland area Bank of America and calmly handed the teller a note. "This is a hold-up. Give me $1. Allsip then took a single dollar bill and sat quietly in the lobby, waiting for police to arrive. According to the Oregonian, he has a history of mental illness, addiction, and dental problems that seem to have gone untreated. Sacrifices his freedom was the price Allsip felt he had to pay to receive medical care. Allsip is currently homeless and has no past criminal record in the state. After that, he was arrested without incident and charged with second-degree robbery and bail set as $250,000. The price of healthcare in the United States has been growing exponentially over the past 50 years, very far faster than average wage, which has been stagnating. For a family of 4, healthcare is now even more expensive than food. Though Obamacare is already leading to a remarkable slowdown in healthcare costs and will help ensure coverage for folks like Allsip that doesn't involve going to the emergency room or going to jail, but there is still a long way to go. Sadly, Allsip's story is becoming a common one in modern-day America, as per desperate individuals who are unable to afford proper care commit pseudo-crime because they feel that prison healthcare is the only option. James Richard Veron and Jeffrey Mark Miller all commit small theft with the sole intent of getting arrested and hopefully being able to get wet again behind bars.
This man, he went to the bank just to make a rob of $1, and the reason is going to surprise you. His name is Jamie Richard Veron. He delivered Coke product in North Carolina for 70 years before he was laid off in 2008. After that, he was able to find a work as a truck driver, but was soon dropped from that job too. When Richard was unable to find other employment that wasn't punishing on his 15-year-old body, things went from bad to worse. His health began deteriorating rapidly and he found a prostration coming out of his chest. That's when he had enough. Jamie Veron walked into a bank and robbed the place for just $1. He then sat down and waited for the police to come. After applying for early Social Security and being denied, and struggling to stay healthy with no insurance, Veron decided that going to jail was the only way he could get the help he needed. Veron said the pain was beyond the tolerance that he could accept. That's why he decided to go to jail. But it worked. Veron's plan is already paying dividends. He's had a few visits from nurses. He was finally able to see a doctor. All it took was a felony. The result is poor people who get sick and can't afford to get better and who then become dangerously desperate. In a nation as rich as the United States, Veron's story is a tragedy.
Now the third story. It's very similar to the precedent one, but this time it's happening in Pennsylvania in US. Jeffrey McMullen, a 50 years old, is a regular customer of an AmeriSafe's bank in the western Pennsylvania town. He needed to take care of himself, but didn't have what it required. So he went to the bank and handed a note to 2 tellers, demanding just $1. According to a police complaint report by the Tribune Democrat of Johnstown, the tellers thought it was a joke because there was a lady beside who even proposed to give him the $1, but he refused. Guessing why? It's simple. That's because he wanted the police to arrest him. The police said he then spoke with the new accounts employee and repeat he was robbing the bank but only needed $1, and also said McMullen apparently wanted to be prosecuted federally so he could be taken to a prison in central Pennsylvania. McMullen knew about the story of a man in North Carolina stolen a $1 bill from a bank so he could receive a free medical care in jail. McMullen awaited a preliminary hearing the end term set by the Northern Cambria district judge. He needed a mental evaluation and posted $50,000 in order to win his freedom from jail. And this is the end of our video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like if you like the video. Thank you for watching.